Hello, this is Adam Beanstock. It's a lovely sunny day. I'm coming to talk about Jerome Moross, I think his name is. He wrote the theme tune to Big Country, which I have attempted to play in the last video with the Mountain Road, which is a Kevin Burke arrangement. The fiddle piece going into the Big Country tune. The I'm not coming to talk about the main tune because that's easy enough to play, but looking at the score of this, it is quite tricky of introduction because you've got the first and second violins playing in unison, and the violas are playing an octave lower. You've got this, well, it's a second position. There's a repetitive figure like that. You see, with orchestral playing, if there's one player that's not quite with the beat, exactly with the conductor, it's noticed it would sound like a shower. And this is a case in point that the first and second violins and the viola players are very exposed there because there's very little else going on apart from the brass figure. I think the cellos have only got like a pizzicato on the beat, and then you've got this lovely sort of chromatic theme coming through. And it starts off in C major, modulates through G minor, I think, and then it modulates into D major for the main tune. That is the easy bit because you got the first violins playing that octave, and then you got the second violins playing probably an octave down. I'm not quite sure about that. They might play in unison because you've got the violas playing the tune as well, and even the cellos probably coming because you've got the strings in octaves, which creates an expanse, for this film music. Probably spans about 3 octaves. That so it was sound complete sound. Whatever the notes are, but it gives that real fullness, and then you probably have the violas and second violins playing. Of course, the violas won't like it because they'll be going up into third position because of the viola player in the orchestra on using the treble clef then, and but saying that, the violas probably have an easier time because they'll be in first position playing at that octave, whereas the first and second violins are playing the upper octave in C major. And it alternates between there. Anyway, this is just a quick chat about it. Look it up. This composer is Jerome Moross, I think his name is. He's a contemporary of George Gershwin, so I think he wrote this. I think this is quite a Western film. This was quite, I think, filmed in the 1960s, possibly. It's quite early on, so I think he was getting on a bit when he wrote that, because I think he was at his prime in the 1930s. So he was a contemporary of George Gershwin. So he was involved in other music as opposed to films. Films was a sideline apparently, and there is a good interview with his daughter. I think on YouTube at the moment. So, it's well worth you know, an interest in film music, and a lot of them American. Because the film industry in America, especially in the 20th century, was very rife with these composers. Whoever put them up, and then they wrote other things as well, symphonies, probably operas and things like that. Anyway, I'll be closing now.